We are here to witness an historical development in Nakwanya Parish, Nakwanya Village, here in Oryem Sub-County. For those of us, or those who have been to this area the last 10-15 years, you'll have noticed that Nakwanya had no primary school that the children had to attend, and they had to walk miles, over 4 miles, to go to the nearest school. We are thankful to the donors that they have raised funds to build this beautiful classroom block to enable the children to easily access education and access this school here. And I think that what will result, there will be a higher attendance of students and better quality in their education, because they'll be able to reach school very easily. So this is a historical moment that we're today commissioning this new school here by IGF and the donors. What's important is that sustainability and maintaining, because we can put up this block, but then hereafter who will be responsible for maintaining it, sustaining it. So I have given an undertaking to bring this once this school is finished. I will talk to the councillors. The councillors will table this in the local council and will forward this resolution to the Ministry of Education that there is a school called Nakwanya Primary School, and it needs to be coded, and government takes responsibility for paying the expenses and sustaining this school like all other primary schools in Uganda. And I think because this is a disadvantaged area and a far-to-reach area, and an area where people live under a lot of hostility, I think it's only right the government should take over this school. Let it become a coded school, the government takes over this school and starts paying for the cost and sustaining and maintaining the school. The donors and the IGF have played their roles. They have built this school at a very high expense. The parents only have to make sure that the kids are fed in the morning to come to school. The kids are properly dressed and with school uniforms, which are subsidized, by the way, by IGF. At only 20,000 shillings, you can be able to make sure the child gets the proper schools. Then small education materials like pencil and pens. These are things that parents' role, and they have to undertake that role. So parents play their role since the donors already played their roles. I thank you.
Feed the Hungry, the Sea Global Feed the Hungry, and we work together with Irene Gleason Foundation and Feed My Starving Children. The reason we're here today is for the dedication and inauguration of the very first school in the community of Nakwanya. Hundreds and hundreds of children are going to get a good education, learn the building blocks of how to promote and be sustainable and grow, dream and imagine what they can do with their futures because of this school being here today. We believe that those appeals are legitimate. Obviously there are 4 classroom blocks here, but we need to go from P1 through P7. So another 2 classroom blocks need to be built, and we believe that there will be donors that will jump at the opportunity to finish the final 2 blocks so that the children of Nakwanya can get a solid education, and maybe many of them in future days and future years will finish in 1st grade after their P7 exams, moving on to vocational schools, moving on to academic secondary education, university education, being future leaders, not just for this region, but for the nation of Uganda, and influencing the rest of the world on behalf of Uganda. It's overwhelming a little bit to see the progress that's been made, and it really reinforces the importance of the international community coming to the aid of international neighbors. And we come from a position of the community of faith. One of the very first projects here in the Nakwanya community was the establishment and planting of a church to breathe spiritual life into this area and region. And then from there, food security also, the very first part of it, vocational training. And then the greatest need is expressed by the parents, by the children, by the the elders and the leaders of this community was the need for a school. And so to see the actual brick and mortar, the concrete, the structure coming up, it's a bit overwhelming to see what the Lord has done through the partnership of the household of faith to benefit this community. Not from Feed the Hungry standpoint, and I don't believe from Feed My Starving Children's either. A good solid meal every day for the children at this school is going to be a critical need that the government of Uganda not necessarily bears the responsibility or has to shoulder. And that's a perfect fit for us as NGOs, as charities, to come in to do what we do. Our name is Feed the Hungry, and one of our core programs is to make sure that children in communities where there may be some need have the opportunity to have a good meal every day. That meal provides a nutritional anchor and the foundation for them to grow in life, not just physically and not just with their health and well-being, but when attached to a school, allows them to go to school. Without a meal at a school, it's hard for a child to go to school day in and day out. Survival has to come first. School does not win over the choice for survival. But when a Manapak meal, when a Feed My Starving Children meal, when a good hot meal is here, prepared, hot and ready for the children, they can come to school, they can stay in school. And what we've seen here in Uganda and around the world is when there is a school lunch program, enrollment increases, absenteeism decreases, academic performance increases. Children begin to think about not what do I have to do to survive today or to survive tomorrow. They can begin to dream and imagine what they want to do with their futures. They can learn, they can laugh, they can play, they can grow. And so our commitment would remain to assist and be part of the feeding program for the children of the Nakwanya schools.
My name is Junior O'Brand. I'm the Vice President of International Programs for Feed My Starving Children. It is truly inspiring to be here to see this. The best projects, the best community projects are the ones that are led and owned by the community. And Nakwanya is such a textbook example of that. This project is successful not because of Feed My Starving Children or Feed the Hungry. This project is successful because of the local project committee and the community. They embrace the project. It is their project. We're just honored to play a role in that project of guidance and also providing the funds. But the success goes to this community and the local project committee working really hard to transform this community. It all starts with food, then with the courage of the committee to take on this project and say, hey, we want to take Nakwanya to the next level. And what an inspiration to see what they've done. For me, it's inspiring to see the work they've done and the desire to see their kids getting better, being better in education, in health, in everything. And for me, it made my heart smile to see that. Starving Children as a nonprofit, we're created with one goal. It is to feed God's starving children, hungry in body and in spirit. Right? It's not just the physical hunger, but the spiritual hunger. For us, our goal is to feed more. We want to feed more kids. And for us, the limitations are funding, but we're working hard in the U.S. to ask for donors for more funds. Whenever more funds become available, we're going to transfer that to more food right away. It is our hope. As soon as we get more funds, we try to turn that into food and send to more schools, more communities like this. So it is our hope, yes, to answer your question, we hope and we pray every single day, how do we feed more kids? And that's what keeps us up at night. How do we feed more? Because the need out there is great. We'll continue to work tirelessly, work in collaboration with IGF, with Feed the Hungry, and the hope is to reach one more community, one more village, one more country, and empowering them with food. Because we know when they have food, when they're healthy and they have education, man, they can do a lot more. They can do a lot more.
My name is JJ Slag. I'm the CEO of Feed My Starving Children. We are so excited to see the progress that's happening on this project out here. We're excited on behalf of the donors in North America that wanted to get involved in this and help. We're excited on behalf of the community and the council that really rolled up their sleeves to make this happen. This isn't just about nonprofits coming in and making a difference. It's about us joining with the community to see what we can do to make a lasting difference. And we love to see this school get open here. community has really grabbed our hearts, the hearts of our staff, of our team, of our volunteers. We're going to continue to support in any way we can and come alongside the government and the families to be a support in the long haul. This project that we have going here has an end date, but after that, we're going to continue to feed God's kids all across the country.
And excitement in Nakwanya, Oryem sub-county. This is one of the poorest communities in the Acholi sub-region. We already know that the Acholi sub-region is the poorest sub-region in the whole country. Nakwanya in Oryem, I would say, is the poorest of the poor. And we came into this community 5 years ago. We met with the local community and we asked them how we can support. And the community said their biggest need, number one, is they lack food to eat. Number two, they need a school for their children. Number three, they asked for a health center, and they also asked us to support them with agriculture, livelihood support. The first thing we did was to deliver a 40-foot container here, and there was all bush, no building, no structure, 5 years ago, with loaded with rice, manapak mix, which we distributed into the community. After doing that, we supported the community to do agriculture. We bought oxen and plow, and we gave them seeds for maize, sorghum, and cassava, which they planted. And the community offered IGF 46 acres of land to help develop and put a project here. I appeal to our friends in USA who accepted to support this community. We first started with a church. We built a church here, and we have about 150 to 200 people every Sunday in the church. And the next year, 450 children turned up in this compound looking for the education. Now, Nakwanya is 12 kilometers away from the nearest primary school in Oryem or the nearest primary school in Karenga. The nearest health center is health center in Oryem. And women here have to travel this long distance to deliver or to get medical care. So children in Nakwanya below the age of 12 do not go to school. And we found here over 500 children sitting in this community with no access to education. I don't know any part of Uganda where there is no school within a 12-kilometer radius of any village. But in Nakwanya, this was the challenge. And we lobbied our friends in USA. The community decided to build grass-thatched makeshift temporary classrooms, 4 classrooms on their own. And we loved the way they volunteered. We made appeal to our donors in USA. And today, we are excited to monitor and visit and commission this building. We got support to construct 4 permanent classrooms, and we are completing these classrooms at the end of April. These classrooms will take primary 1 to 4, and nursery from year 1 to 3 are currently studying in the church building. This is the first school ever in this village, and we are giving children in this village opportunity for a better future. There was no hope for this community. The hope is now coming through the support of Feed My Starving Children and Feed the Hungry from USA. So we're excited today. We are celebrating with Romeo performing. We have thousands of people here. We thank the Minister, Honorable Oryem for coming to open this building and assuring the community that the government will take over the running of this community school and make it grant aided. Besides education, we also have a beekeeping project in this community. We are continuing with agriculture support. We are also doing vocational training, non-formal training, 6-month training in carpentry, in tailoring, in motorcycle mechanics, in hairdressing, to help the child mothers in this community and young men and women who have dropped out of school or never had any access to education, to give them opportunity to acquire skills for their own livelihood. So in the beautiful hills here of Nakwanya today, it's celebration. The children who 2 years ago would not speak one word of English, today they're reciting poems in English. Today they're singing songs and performing in English. There's hope for this community of Nakwanya. And I go to sleep every night excited and hopeful that some great, amazing people are going to come from this young generation that we are raising in this community in Nakwanya. We have 4 classrooms. we are lobbying the donors to give us additional 4 classrooms. That we have 8 classrooms from primary 1 to 7, plus an additional classroom. So we thank the community who have volunteered to build teachers' houses. We thank the community who have constructed additional temporary classrooms to put the children and shelter them from rain and the hot sun. Some of the children still study under the tree, but we have moved from studying under the tree to a grass-thatched house, and we have moved from a grass-thatched makeshift structure, and by 1st of May, the children of Nakwanya will sit on desks in permanent classrooms for the first time in the history of this country.